When 3 prisoners beat Alcatraz, the ultimate jailbreak FBI officers were baffled. In Alcatraz, no prisoner could escape once inside. Yet somehow, 3 prisoners managed to break out right under the authorities' noses. What was even more astonishing was that for the next 10 hours, the authorities couldn't even get the slightest clue of their whereabouts. Not just the FBI, but 3 of its top-level agencies spent weeks trying to solve this mystery. We are talking about a jailbreak that, for the past 60 years, has remained unsolved and has become a mystery for the world. Welcome again, viewers. This small island in the Pacific Ocean, Alcatraz, spread over just 22 acres, housed some of the world's most dangerous criminals. It's built on a large rock in the ocean, which is why it is called the Rock. The island is surrounded by the ocean, and for extra protection, 15-foot high fences were built around it. Alcatraz had 24/7 monitoring by prison guards. And because it was located at the opening of the Pacific Ocean, strong winds and high waves constantly surrounded it. Considering these conditions, it was declared a federal prison in 1934 and given maximum security. In short, once a prisoner was sent there, escaping by themselves was nearly impossible. But on July 12, 1962, Alcatraz's security was broken when 3 prisoners skillfully fooled the system and escaped. The key figures in this story were the Anglin brothers, John and Clarence, who had been imprisoned for a bank robbery, Frank Morris, who had previously spent 13 years moving in and out of various prisons due to bank robbery, and Alan West, who had attempted to escape from other prisons multiple times and was therefore kept in Alcatraz's maximum security section. Alan West had been in the prison for a long time, so he knew the layout better than anyone else. The idea to escape Alcatraz first came to him in 1960. He had found a loophole in Block B of the prison, which made escape somewhat possible. Although the 4 prisoners often met during lunch breaks, their cells were not in Block B. They waited until they were all shifted there. Once all 4 were in Block B, they spent the next 2 years secretly planning inside their cells without anyone noticing. On the morning of July 12, 1962, during the routine roll call, guards noticed 3 prisoners were missing. When they checked the cells, they found John and Clarence Anglin and Frank Morris in their beds, but surprisingly, they were actually dummy heads made from soap, plaster, and concrete, with real hair stolen from the prison during haircuts. One of the heads had fallen off and broken, revealing the trick. The guards realized the prisoners could not have left the island easily. They launched a full search, but no trace was found. The 4th prisoner, Alan West, had failed to escape from his cell. He later revealed to authorities that he had helped prepare the dummy heads. The prisoners had worked on a small vent in the back wall of their cells, measuring about 5 by 9.5 inches. Alan West knew about this vent because he had worked in maintenance. Using spoons stolen from the kitchen, and finally, a drill made from a vacuum cleaner motor, they widened the vent over months. They would store their tools behind musical instruments during noisy periods. The vent led to a corridor without security, which led to a maintenance pipe going down to the lower level. The prisoners often went there under the pretext of maintenance work, observing everything carefully for their escape plan. They eventually reached the top of the 15-foot fence surrounding the island. By then, they had already made an inflatable raft from raincoats provided by the prison administration. They also made life jackets from the raincoats to keep them afloat during the escape. FBI investigators were still puzzled. According to Alan West, the escapees were supposed to reach Angel Island north of Alcatraz and then steal a car and clothes. The land around Alcatraz was thoroughly searched, but no evidence was found. It appeared as though the ocean had swallowed the prisoners. Alan West's story seemed credible because the footprints at Block B and other evidence confirmed the escape route. The Coast Guard, Bureau of Prisons, and U.S. Marshals joined the search. But neither the prisoners nor their raft were ever found. Some personal belongings bags made from raincoats, family photos, and letters were later recovered floating in the water, suggesting that the prisoners likely didn't survive the waters. Years later, some family members claimed that the Anglin brothers survived and were in contact with relatives. 15 years after the escape, a cousin reportedly saw the brothers in a club in Brazil, and a photo was taken, but authorities could not verify it. Alcatraz officially closed the following year, in 1963. In 1979, the FBI officially closed the case, leaving the U.S. Marshal Service as the only authority keeping the case open. Today, Alcatraz Island is a national park, and tourists can see Block B, where the Anglin brothers, Frank Morris and Alan West, were once imprisoned.